closing tools. Let's talk about today. Today only. Now, when I analyze the term today in a sales perspective, to me it means immediately, right now, as soon as possible. Not tomorrow, not later on, not let me think about it, let me come back. All of these objections that you get are easy to overcome, and by using the today only method, it allows you to really share not only a personal perspective but also a business perspective, and you're also going to relate with them, and you're going to use the concept of today only, and you're going to share how you use it in your life. See, you also got to get personal with them. First of all, let's talk about your duties, your responsibilities, your obligations to the business. Your job is to produce today, not tomorrow. Your job is to generate traffic today, not tomorrow. Of course, there's a few scenarios where maybe we'll do some marketing and those clients are not going to walk in today, but they may walk in tomorrow. Absolutely. Let's keep that mentality. Or you may be working on calls and you reschedule or you schedule some appointments for tomorrow for the next week. That's fantastic. If we don't have any other option, yes, we're going to service the client tomorrow. But I want you to use all your energy, all your creativity, all your tools to see if you could convince the client, if you could persuade them to make a decision today. Because it's your job, it's your duty, it's your obligation, it's part of your responsibility as an agent working for the company to produce, to generate production for today, not for tomorrow. So first of all, you have to understand that. You have to accept that. If you're not producing, you're not doing your job, or at least you're not fulfilling your job. If you have a client and they want to reschedule, they want to come back tomorrow, and you're not doing your absolute best to convince them for today, you're not doing your job. So when you understand this concept that is mandatory, that it's an obligation for you to use all your energy, you got to go all in, use every single tool to generate either the sale or the lead or the appointment. But for today, okay, if you're not working towards that, then you're not doing your absolute best and you're not fulfilling your duties. So that's number one. Number one, remember, it's your obligation to produce today. Now, let's look at the other perspective, the actual persuading concept. Now, as an insurance agent, it's also your obligation to help the client today, especially someone that doesn't have insurance. Shame on you or anybody that lets customers leave. Shame on you that get convinced that, get sold based on the customer's perspective. Shame on you that you're going to reschedule a client for a future date. You have to really work on today. Now, when I'm talking to a client, I'm going to let them know that my goal is to help them today. I'm not here to help them tomorrow. I'm not here to help them in the future. I mean, if I have to, I will, and I'm more than happy. But my goal is to help them resolve their situation today. Because today, we have an opportunity to communicate. Because today, we have an opportunity to eliminate any risk. Because today, we have an opportunity to make the best decision. See, as soon as they leave, there's no turning back. Meaning, if they leave without insurance, they get pulled over. It's either they have insurance or they don't. If they do, fantastic. They did their part. They made a smart decision. If they don't, they're going to encounter a ticket. So when you start using more than just the basic closing tools and you start emphasizing on the risk, on the reason why they should make a decision today, then clients are going to look at the situation a little bit different. Now, believe it or not, a client may be leaving because they're not satisfied with the option. Maybe they're confused, they don't understand something, but not because they're bad people or because they're bad, they want to take a risk or because their intentions are negative. No, absolutely not. They're here because they want to make a decision. They just need the right person to help them, to guide them, to literally grab their hand and walk them through the whole process. And that's your job. Now, you are going to encounter a lot of situations that maybe they don't want to make a decision, but don't get discouraged based on that. Use all your closing tools. So you're going to keep emphasizing, look, sir, my job is to help you today. Matter of fact, thank you. I appreciate the time you're giving me. Matter of fact, I congratulate you. They're going to tell you why. Because you're taking the time and you're using your energy to try to do the right thing, to make the best decision, to resolve your situation. Now, it's going to be my job, my duty, okay, my goal to help you make the right decision. Now, it seems like you want to come back, but let's look at the reason why you're here. Now, you're here today because you want to resolve this today, right? Or at least your intentions were. You're not here investing your time, using your energy to set up an appointment for tomorrow. There's no logic in that. If not, you would have just set up the appointment and you would have been here the following day. But the fact that you took the initiative to actually come to the office, that gives me the impression that you want to handle the situation today. You want to take care of the situation today. Now, I understand if the price is not what you expected. I understand if the price is a little bit off from what you were hoping to obtain. But guess what? You're doing the right decision. You're making the smartest decision by leaving with insurance today. Now, my job, my goal is to educate you, to give you as much information, to help you through this process, to make you feel comfortable, to at least eliminate any concerns, but to help you make a decision today. Because my job is to help you today. See, I show up to work because I want to help clients today. See, my goal is not to help a customer in the future, because in the future, there's so many things that could happen. Now, I'm willing to help anybody at any point. I don't want to make it seem like I'm not willing to help you tomorrow. But what I'm trying to say is my goal is to help you today because we're having a conversation today. So why don't you help me help you by making sure that you leave with insurance today? Now, just think about it. Let's say you leave without insurance. You get pulled over. I guarantee you the first thing you're going to say is, I should have done it today. There goes that word, today. There goes the word, today. I should have done it today. I was at the office today. I was talking to Rudy today. I should have listened to that guy. You know what? I hated that guy for being so persistent, but he was right. I could have made a decision today. So you're going to go back to regretting your decision because you didn't make the right decision today. It could affect you in your future. Now, let's look at the pros and cons. Now, making a decision today, you eliminate the risk, you eliminate the time, the stress, right? You don't have to come back. And you leave with insurance, which is the most important thing. So what would be your perspective on leaving without handling the situation? It does not make sense. My goal is to help you today. My job is to help you today. You know you're here to take care of the situation today. So can we agree on that? Forget about the price for a second. You came in today to take care of the situation, correct? Absolutely. Why would you be here if you just wanted a quote? You could have done this over the phone. You took the time to take care of the situation today. So I'm going to do my best to help you. I just want you to give me an opportunity. Just be open-minded for a second. Just think about just everything. Don't just make a decision based on just the price. Make a decision based on me. Make a decision based on the agency. I guarantee you there's no other agent out there better than me. And let me tell you why. See, the majority of the agents, what they're going to do, they're going to give you your paperwork. They're going to tell you, here, shop around, come back. Are they really helping you? Is that really how they treat their career? Because this is my career. This is what I do for a living. Can you really trust someone and go back with someone that made it so easy for you to leave making the wrong decision? See, you got to look at that. See, I know the consequences. So my goal, my job, my duty, my obligation, my work ethics, okay, my beliefs don't allow me to give you an opportunity of leaving without insurance. Why? Because that's what I do for a living. See, if I sold, let's say if I sold, some oranges, for example, my job would be to make sure you leave with some oranges. If my job was to sell you some water or some Gatorade, my goal would be to make sure you leave with some Gatorade or some water. But my job as an insurance agent is to make sure you leave with insurance. See, I know the outcome of it because I've seen every negative and positive outcome. So I know this is what I do for a living. And shame on me if I can't help you. Shame on me if I'm not able to give you an option that's reasonable and affordable, something that you could work with. So once again, sir, give me an opportunity. Let me help you. I know the price is a little bit more than what you expected, but you know that I'm right. You know you're here today because you want to take care of the situation. You don't enjoy this. I have no choice. But don't get me wrong, I love what I do, but I have no choice. This is what I do for a living. You don't enjoy this. Why would you put yourself in a position where you're going to come back for another hour? That's insane. Unless you really love talking to me, but does it make sense? Let's take care of the situation right now. My goal, once again, is to help you today. That's just a quick example on how you can use the today only closing method. Remember, today is a powerful word. Today, today, today. Use it, okay? Abuse it. Emphasize, rephrase it, create a story, but make sure your customer knows and understands that your job is to help them today because they made a decision prior to sitting in front of you to drive all the way to the office, to walk out of their car, to walk into the office, to wait possibly 15, 20 minutes, and then to sit and invest an additional 30 minutes in front of you. Does that make sense? You think someone is going to go through a whole process of traffic stress, an hour and a half for them to reschedule for the next day? No, that's not the way it works. Use it as a good tool. It's going to help you. Trust me. It's going to make a big difference.